Gotta be honest, the best content and best arc of Oshi no Ko is about to get adapted for the anime, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you enjoyed Season 1, you're really going to enjoy Season 2 because of the content. It is so good, the characters it focuses on are so good, you know, the offer Aka was cooking when they made that arc. It was legitimately amazing, and so finally getting to see it animated very soon is legitimately exciting. So, as you can see here, we got some new information for Oshi no Ko's Season 2. For instance, you know, we had a teaser trailer, which is 30 seconds long. It's basically a pile of, like, still frames and stuff showcasing the characters that eventually kind of goes into the key visual, which this is the key visual right here. Definitely more high quality looking. I like the color palette and all that. Talk more about that in a second. But the teaser trailer pretty much kind of has, you know, the dialogue in the background, what the characters are saying, and kind of hinting out things to come for Season 2, how far the content might go within Season 2, and we also got a release date of when the anime is going to be coming out for Oshi no Ko Season 2. And we also got some merchandise stuff. I'll talk more about this very briefly in a minute. And then we have speculation of when it's actually going to air. So, let's talk about this teaser. So, the teaser overall, it's very bare, straight to the point. It's nothing crazy. It's very, very basic. Like, it's just, like I said, it's still frames pieced together, and it's just a teaser. It's just letting us know when Oshi no Ko is potentially going to air, and I think that overall this makes a lot of sense. I don't know exactly how far they are probably in production. I'm not an insider or anything, but I'm assuming that they're probably storyboarding or hard at work at it. I don't know, but Doga Kubo is, apparently very busy. I mean, you can even see here Sneaky's talking about it. They're kind of booked until, you know, April 2024. They got a few projects they're doing. So when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Maybe they quickly compiled this teaser together just to let fans know, like, yeah, Oshi no Ko is coming next year. You got to sit back and wait, but it's going to be a little bit. Now, with the actual date here, which is 2024, it doesn't give us a concrete season, for instance, anime season. And I've been around the block a few times when it comes to anime announcements and stuff, and if I had to take an educated guess, I'm going to assume that it's going to be summer. And hear me out, okay? It's very likely it could be fall, and there is reasons to believe this with, you know, actually relating to the story of Oshi no Ko. Talk more about that also in a minute, but, the reason why I think it might be summer is because usually when you have an announcement for an anime, what year it's going to air, like this with a teaser trailer, usually you gotta wait about a season or two for anime, aka the winter of anime 2024, and then spring of anime before the anime officially comes out. I feel like, judging by how these things work, we'll probably get an official announcement of when it's going to air, probably at the beginning of spring anime season, and then that's when we will know when it's going to air. And if I had to take an educated guess, you know, the earliest it's going to air is going to be summer. Now, I don't believe we know exactly if this is going to be a 2-core release or not. It could be a standard 10, 12 episode for, you know, Season 2, or it could be, you know, a 24 episode. I'm trying to think. Does it have enough content to potentially adapt a 24 episode? Probably. It probably has just enough content to be able to do 20-something episodes. I think it does. If it does it well and all that, I think so. However, if they do hour-long episodes, that might change things a bit. But I think that if they do 20-something episodes, there is enough content, so it could be potentially 2 cores. Who really knows? But anyways, backing up from that for a second, I do want to talk about, basically, with the release, it's probably going to be, you know, for summer. That's my educated guess, and I'll talk more about the fall one in a moment. But the overall, the trailer here, this teaser trailer, is pretty okay. It's nothing crazy and all that, but it's okay. Now, the key visual is a different matter. I love this key visual. Obviously, it has the same silhouettes and stuff in it, but I do like this key visual because there is a lot of symbolic meaning with this picture. I'm not going to say everything because obviously that's spoilers, but I do like how Aqua is positioned in the background, especially like this character that, you know, seems to do devious things, especially from what we've seen from the story so far. Someone to try to find anything to get vengeance for Ai. So seeing him in the background makes a lot of sense. He's that type of character. And seeing Kana in the front in the spotlight is also very interesting because, you know, she was a child actor, someone that was very famous, and eventually she feels like she fell from grace and isn't really that popular. But overall, she is someone that is technically very well known by a lot of people. And when you have Akane that's in the center, she's that shy character that's trying to make a name for herself and eventually trying to become a star as well and trying to challenge Kana. So seeing, you know, these two right here side by side, but obviously split split down the middle thanks to Aqua here. It's pretty interesting. I like just the message here. I like the colors as well that's being used. You can get a lot of symbolic meaning from the way the colors are used with these characters, but I like the blue to the purplish color, to the reddish color here, to the green. It's really nice, and I don't know, I like this key visual. I would have to say that this is probably the best key visual Oshi no Ko's anime has ever gotten. Now, with that out of the way, we also got to talk about this. This is very brief, but basically, alongside of the teaser for the anime, we got merchandise illustrations here, and Donut here puts it very perfectly. He talks about how there's, like, no merch for Akane. Akane's basically always getting shafted, which is true. I feel like Akane, out of all the characters within Oshi no Ko, especially since technically she's one of the main, doesn't get much merchandise. And so I do hope, thanks to the upcoming arc of Oshi no Ko, like, Season 2 is going to be covering, hope there is more merchandise for Akane. She definitely deserves it. I think as a character she does. She's not my favorite female character within the story, but I do like her, and I think that she is definitely worthy of merch, and there's definitely going to be a lot of Akane fans, more Akane fans after Season 2, in my personal opinion. But, anyways, we also have this stuff, too, with Doga and what Sneaky talks about, and, he basically speculating that it's probably going to be summer or fall, which is a perfect segue to talk about why it could be potentially in fall season. The reason why it might be the fall season is because the arc in Oshi no Ko, when, the content Season 2 is going to be covering, in story, it takes place in the fall season. So if they want to relate reality with the show, they could air it in fall to kind of make it feel more like you can immerse yourself in it. So that's a possibility. It could definitely be fall season. But once again, I'm still on the speculation it's probably going to air in summer. But, that's basically about it. One last thing I do want to tack on, though, is I do hope that PSD Delivery, FYI if you don't know who this is, I talked about them yesterday with the whole Chainsaw Man director stepping away from Studio Mappa. I wonder if, PSD Delivery is going to be working on Oshi no Ko Season 2, like, alongside of Doga. I hope they do, because I do think that, I would like to see Ru Nakayama, the director of Chainsaw Man, work on some scenes of Season 2. There is some certain scenes I'm just thinking in my head from the manga that would be really cool to have his artistic flair and touch added to. So hopefully he does. I really hope so. We don't know yet. No concrete information, obviously. But, yeah. Now, another thing to question is will they get, Yasobi again? I mean, think about it. Yasobi, really, you can't, look at Oshi no Ko's anime without thinking of Yasobi and the Idol song. They go hand in hand together. And I wonder if the studio will get Yasobi back for Season 2. Because I feel like if the opening song isn't as good, people are not going to be as happy with Season 2. I feel like the opening really brought a lot of attention to Oshi no Ko. And I do hope that, they get the same exact singer for Season 2. But I'll wrap it up there. Just wanted to briefly talk about this. There was a little bit of information that came out. I know some probably wanted to be updated about. Some of you might have already been aware of this. But I kind of wanted to piece it all together into one video for everybody had the, knowledge of what was actually going on. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do leave me a like. It does help me out a lot. Chibi out.